Hey, what's up? So, I'm Mitchell, and this is
Eric.
and this is Critical Me. Welcome. This week, we're reviewing Paranormal Activity.
With some real, could you, an energy scale that was like a 3 for the title, Paranormal Activity, we watched it.
Can I get a little striptease? No. I think we're gonna have a very interesting time capturing whatever is occurring or is not occurring.
So, in terms of story, I love the story. I love the setup. I love the idea of it's a boyfriend and a girlfriend living together, and there's one camera that they're using to record themselves, and you totally got me. I was trying really hard.
The story for me, genius. When I watched it, I was like, this frickin' guy is smart as hell. He puts together a movie for a skeleton budget. I couldn't tell. It seemed like the chemistry between the two of them, they were boyfriend and girlfriend, and he came up with the idea, and, who knows if they actually were, how contrived the whole thing was. But I thought it was a great idea. It cost no money. Genius idea for this guy to be able to put his resources together and do that. So this is like a reality / movie. So I freaking gotta give it like a 10 for story.
I also give it a 10 for story.
The windows are locked, doors are locked, alarm is on.
In terms of performance, I thought, the actors did exactly what they needed to do. There was a very small cast. I think there was probably only like a half dozen total people here who appeared on screen in it. I think the directing was very solid. Again, like the fact that they made the whole thing with one camera just goes to show you that you don't need to have you don't need Hollywood to make a great movie. So I think, thinking in terms of how well they utilized what they had on hand, I have to give that a really high rating as well. I'd give performances a 9.
Yeah, well, you kind of went into artistry with the directing and all that kind of stuff.
Actually, directing is performance, but yeah.
Performances I thought were good. At certain points in time, it definitely let me know that the story was not real, not believable. I was more sold on the concept of, hey, people are going to be scared by this movie because of the theme of ghosts and everything. I think really it could have been done. I'd like, tapping into that whole spiritual world. I didn't really believe it from the get-go. I was just sold on the genius idea that everybody loves horror movies and the way it was done. For these people not having professional experience, obviously, and everything like that, I gotta weigh that into it, but I'm gonna rate 7 for performance.
Oh my god. Something's here. I feel it breathing on me.
This film sort of fits into a different category, I think, than most big production films, and when you think about what they were working with, like the aesthetic choices they made to keep it feeling real, as if it really is a home movie. They didn't have to do a whole bunch of elaborate stuff, so they wound up, keeping it really simple, and I think aesthetically speaking, they achieved the appearance of having everything seem like it really was just a home that somebody lives in. So yeah, I would give that a 9 as well.
See, I've been shooting for a long period of time, and the shakiness of the shots and a lot of the selections that they made, I felt made it appear too.
The normal home movies use a Steadicam.
No, but right now we're on a tripod right here, and
most of the shots in the film were shot from a stationary position in a tripod.
Yeah, I get that. But I feel like the way it was all put together, I'm going to only rate it at a 5.
Okay.
That's my personal. You know, I was more sold on the story, that it was just the originality of it and everything like that.
Over here, I'm over here, babe. I'm over here.
Vibe, I give it a 10.
Yeah, scary. What? I mean,
It's the scariest movie I've ever seen. I was sucked straight in. I mean, to me, this blows like any stupid Freddy Krueger or like, you know, Michael Myers. But this movie scared the fuck out of me the first time I saw it a couple years ago.
Yeah, you rated it a 10.
Yeah.
Right. What I'm gonna rate it as for a vibe wise, I didn't jump until the very end when like it's quiet and the friggin' door slams open and the guy hits the screen, and you know that was about
Spoiler alert.
That was about the only point that I actually moved it a bit. I actually laughed a lot when they brought out the Ouija board and like a lot of the stuff that they tapped into with the baby powder and the footprints. I was actually, as I watched it, trying to figure out how they shot the stuff, and like, you know, when the air appears in it, I was trying to like, what did they have in there to make it move like that?
Since we're giving away every single scary moment of the film now.
I wasn't scared. Like the vibe wise,
Eric
like, for
laughed.
a horror movie.
There's like there's this chilling shot where this chick gets like removed physically from the bed by like supernatural forces, and Eric's like, like sitting there laughing at it. I was like, got goosebumps on my arms.
It was I was like clever trying to figure out how they got her out of the bed, like if she.
And he wasn't even medicated when we were watching this, so
there's no need to be. Vibe wise, I'm gonna say a 3.
Paranormal activity.
Entertainment value.
it's a 10.
Yeah, I mean, scariest movie. All right, but for me, entertainment value.
Although, wait, can I finish my thing real fast on
Yeah,
it?
go for it.
I have to say this. If at all possible, download the original version of this film, which has a different ending, a dramatically different ending than the one that Paramount Studios, once they finally acquired the rights to the film, forced the creators of the film to add on to it. So it's a very different, very, very different ending, and it's not as like pop, zap, wow, crazy, oh my god, over the top dramatic. It's a lot more subtle, but I think it's scarier, and I think it fits the rest of the film much more. So I would just throw that in there. It still gets a 10 for entertainment value. Go on, sorry.
It's all good. For me, as far as entertainment value went, it was definitely watch it on Netflix. Didn't have to spend $1 watching it. It was so, I mean, I didn't spend any money to watch it, so it's hard to not rate, you know, the entertainment. So then I got to rate my time. Was it worth putting my time into it? Yeah, because, you know, I watched somebody create something with an idea for a small amount of money, and as a filmmaker in this town and continually trying to create and evolve talent, I felt it was inspirational with that. I'm glad I didn't see it at the movies. I don't think I would have really. I didn't really want to see it at the movies. But you know, to support that cause, I mean, it's hard to really rate the entertainment value. If you're scared of ghosts and everything like that, you're probably gonna be scared from it. Like, you know, like Mitchell was scared from it. For me, like, I just wasn't sold. It wasn't enough to sell me like to where I was scared. Like, the spiritual world definitely has elements that you could get scared with it, but it just didn't tap into that for me. So I'm only going to rate it a 5.
Alrighty.